For every hour that you spend in a meeting, you're spending another 30 to 45 minutes preparing for it and following up on it afterwards. So if you're taking 4 or 5 meetings a week, you are losing a full working day just to the admin around those meetings. By the end of this video, that will stop. Because I'm going to show you the exact system that makes every meeting feed directly back into how your business actually runs and saves you all that time, effort, and energy. And this video solves the meeting problem that so many small businesses, founders, and solopreneurs have. But not only that, it teaches you the functionality that you can then apply to any part of your business to reduce your admin, give you back your time, and genuinely make your life a whole lot easier. And if that is what you care about, hit subscribe now. I'm going to demonstrate how to use this for something as simple as meeting notes. So let's call this meetings. Very easy so far. Now, the way that we make Notion really useful is by having information that talks to other information. So let's go through the process of what kind of meetings and what kind of information we would need. So let's just jot down everything we want to get from this working page. I'm going to do bullets so that I know what points I'm hitting. So I'm thinking about my meeting, I'm going, I want to make notes. I want to know who was there. I want to know what project it's related to. So what was this meeting about in my workflow? I want to know what next steps there are for that. What are my to-dos? I want to know not only who was there, but what client is it? Who was I speaking to? I then also want to know any deadlines or any follow-ups. And I also want to know when it was, so I can see in my calendar exactly when the meeting is and if I need to reschedule it. So these 7 things are pieces of information that I would like to reference in this one page we're building out for meetings. And as we know, those pieces of information can either be blocks, pages, or databases. So let's think through how we approach each. Now, a database is simply a view of information. In this, we have one key property that can never be changed, which is the name, which this is going to be the meeting name. And we also have really interesting other properties that can show information. So let's go through them and see if they match any of the 7 things we are trying to achieve. Property types we've got are text, free text writing, select, a drop-down, which is limited to 1, status, which is good for Kanban boards and updating as you go through processes, person, which is, this is really useful if you've got a couple of team members or you've got a business because you can assign it to people, checkbox, which is done, contact information, phone, email, files and media, things to upload, date, we know we want that one, so let's add that in, multi-select, which is a drop-down which you can have more than one option, number, which is really useful if you've got clients that you are charging or things that you need to sum. We've also got some more advanced ones here, which are relations, which is where you link it to another database. Formulas, which is incredibly powerful, where you can create a formula to reference information from this database or another related database. Incredibly powerful, part of the business blueprint. We've also got roll-ups, which is a very interesting tool when you are building lots of databases together, because a roll-up lets you just see information from a different database you have related. Button, which is automation at its simplest. So these are the slightly more advanced ones, but we will go through them today because we will use them. And by the end of this video, you will know how to use these advanced features. We also have some simple ones here that are actually really interesting. If you are using these meetings for clients, last edited time automatically updates whenever the database is updated, and it will tell you essentially the last time you spoke to or interacted with your client, which is very useful. I have a whole video on how to use Notion as a CRM, which has a free CRM in it, which is this functionality that Sage, that Salesforce, that all those expensive tools have built into Notion. So now you know everything about pages, blocks, databases, and properties. Let's build out our meetings. We've already learned date because we know that we want there to be a date of when that meeting was. If we want to think about who was there for our internal team, we can choose person. Notes we're going to leave because I'm going to show you how the database works with pages. Project, this is where we learn some of our advanced. When we're thinking through this, what I can see is from these 7 things, there are some things that will be properties and some things will be more information that we need to hold. And when we're looking at different information to hold, we should create another database. I'm going to create a database here called project because I know that project is much too big of a concept to have just a property. So I'm going to make a new database called projects. By this logic, I also know that clients is a lot of information that I should house separately. I should have a CRM system which has got all of my clients in it. Now, if you're a very small company and you have 1 or 2 clients, you can use clients as a drop-down, but let's build this really well from the beginning so we can have the best system that scales with us. So let's make another database called clients. So this is our CRM. For to-dos, this actually might seem like something that we'd go into the page and do the to-do drop-down from the blocks. But when you are running a business, you will have to-dos from meetings, from projects, from clients. So the best practice is to make a 4th database that we will call to-dos. Our deadlines will actually be something based on the to-dos and the next steps. So let's add that property in our to-dos and rename it deadline. And then when is it we've covered with the date. So from this, let's just double check that we've got everything we need. Notes we're going to put in the database with a template. Who was there? We've got person, project, we've created this database, to-dos, created this database, client, this database, deadlines for our to-dos here, and when is it? The date. So all the information that we want, we now have somewhere for it to house. That was very simple. All we need to do is just spend a little time thinking about what is the information, what is the best way to show it. Now, the magic trick. Let's link everything together to have an entire meetings process without knowing anything about coding. Now, the first thing we're going to do, use that more advanced function of relations. All of these 4 databases need to talk to each other in order to be useful. The way to do that is we click plus relation and we choose our database. We put no limit so we can see all of the information. We create it 2-way and we add it. We do the exact same thing plus relation for our clients, and we do the exact same thing plus relation for our to-dos. So that is all linked. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to build out every single thing that we need for projects or everything we need for client CRM. If you want those 2 things, I actually have them both as free tools that you can grab from my website. Or if you just want the entire workspace, don't forget to check out the complete business blueprint. But in this instance, because otherwise this would be a 2-hour video, imagine that these databases are set up with all the information that your business has for your projects. So your statuses, your properties, everything is set up for you. We are now going to make sure that our meetings database references all the information from the database's pages and blocks that we need. So we have our meeting name. Fantastic. We have the date of the meeting. We have the person. With a relation, what we are looking for is the project that this meeting is related to. And we do that by literally using this column to link projects. So let's say we have example project 1. We can relate directly by clicking into this column and adding the project. As you can see, it magically appears here. These 2 things are linked. Now, anything that is in this card will show here. We want to do the same for our clients. So we have client 1 who is coming to this meeting 1. And if we are really, really fancy and we really want to link this information properly, we can link projects to clients and know that this client is working on this project. So you see how all of these things are linked. Then we have our to-dos. Now, the to-dos we're actually going to leave unlinked right now because I'm going to show you how to build a template to make it easier. I'm going to go to this meeting. It's going to be next week. And there we have the basis of our database. It still doesn't look that impressive, but let's keep going. The next thing that is really interesting about using Notion is that we have templates. Templates mean we are not repeating the same information every time. It also means that we can organize our processes and our workflows so succinctly and bespoke to what we need. When we look in the complete business blueprint, there are over 100 different templates. When we go into some of our pages, we will see that every time that we come to set up something, we don't start from scratch because we have templates set up. Every time we start a new project, start a new campaign, we have a template so that we are not starting from scratch. So let's set up your first template. To set up a template, we need to go to this drop down here and create new template. This is going to be referenced every time you add a piece of information into that database. So let's call this meeting template. And we don't need to fill in any of these forms here because I will show you how we create a meeting in the most succinct way. What we do want to do is make sure this card is as useful as possible. Now, notice how we didn't have a place for notes. And that's because this card is actually a page, and those notes are going to go in here. So first we're going to create heading notes. And I like to change the color. And this is your free typing space. So the first point that we're trying to get, notes for each meeting, those notes can go in here, meeting notes. And if you use other AI products, for example, Granola or Google Meets, where you've got a transcript, you can actually just copy and paste your meeting notes directly into here. But here is where you will make your notes after the meeting. The next thing we want to know is projects and clients related, so that when we go into it, we can see at a glance what's happening. These will come up in the relations here, but by having linked databases, we won't need to click through. We'll be able to see everything in this one page, making it super powerful. This is where we use another slightly advanced feature, which is linked views of databases. We get that by typing in linked, and choosing linked view of data source. We are going to choose our projects. You see how we've got that information shown. We're going to do another linked view of data source, and we're going to choose our clients. You see again, we can see that data pulled through to this new page. But for this template, we are going to filter this by the relations, so we're only seeing things related to this meeting. So the meetings are going to be template for both of them. So meetings, template. And you see how that information has disappeared. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create our to-dos. And these are the follow-ups, the things you have to do either before or after the meeting. So for this, we're going to have another heading, to-dos. And you notice how we didn't link anything in the overriding database? That's because here is where the magic happens. We're going to go for a linked view of data source again. We're going to choose our to-dos. We're going to, even though there's no information in that database, filter these by meetings and meeting template. And what we're going to do is just create a checkbox for when it is done and filter it again by checkbox unchecked. That way, we will only see the to-dos that have not been done. This is now set up. To save the template, you just click away. And there we have our meetings, an entire page that is built for all your meetings with several different databases all set up. Now, this looks a bit messy, so let's have a little bit of a tidy up and walk you through exactly how to use it. We've covered off everything we need to add, so let's get rid of this. Let's change this to good marketing's meetings, and let's make it into a really useful workspace. So I'm going to think about what my workflow is. For me, when I look at my dashboard, I actually want to know any of my things that I need to do first. So what we're actually going to do is make a heading here and call this to-dos, and bring, by using those dots, our to-dos up to the top here. I'm going to hide the title because I don't think you need two titles, and that's our first piece of information. So when we come to work, we'll see the name of a task, when it's due, if it's done, and what meeting it's for. Let's add a filter here so that our checkbox is only unchecked, so we don't see our old tasks, and that is set up. The next thing that I want to do is see my meetings, see my calendar. I can click on these dots and duplicate this so I don't have to keep typing heading, and turn this into meetings. Now, nobody looks at meetings in a list, so we're going to turn this into my calendar. What we're going to do is come across here to our settings, to these lines with dots, and turn the layout into a calendar. Simple. There's my meeting for project 1. I can go back to these settings and show the properties I want. I want to know who's going to that meeting, and I think I'd want to know what projects it's related to and what clients it's related to. Moving on again, This is basically our working space. So things we're working on. I will put another heading, and this can be my projects. Remember, we haven't built out all these projects, but once you've built out this project page, you will probably have a status like a Kanban board. So we would want to change this information on those dots for settings, layout, board. And again, if you want to know how to do the project one, I have a full video on how to use Notion for projects, and I have some free tools as well. And then we will have our client's CRM. And again, you will have set this up so it is likely a Kanban board. So we'll change this into a board. But look at our working page now. We have to-dos, we have our calendar and schedule, we have the projects we're working on, and we have the CRM of the clients we're working for. All from scratch, no coding, no nothing. Notion is so powerful because every single workflow, just from thinking it through, you can set up once, and every time you come to use it, you don't have any friction whatsoever, and all that data and information across several different pieces is stored in one place. Let me walk you through exactly how to use it to show you how powerful it is. Now, I have a meeting next Wednesday. This meeting is going to be with one of my clients. So, client meeting. I can see the client it's going to be with. It can be with client number 1, and I'm going to choose the meeting template. This will populate so that when I go into the meeting, I have my notes, I have my client already referenced, and it is all set up ready for actually doing the meeting. I will then carry on with my life. I will get to Wednesday and I will open my meeting and I will write in my notes, and I will then come down to my to-dos and I will add in send, follow up, email, my deadline, every task that I need to do from this one meeting. As you can see, that has populated in my to-dos. So when I next come to my dashboard, I've got my tasks, I've got the client it was related to, I've got when it's due, and I don't have to go in and out of my pages. I will also be able to click into my client CRM and see the meetings that I've been to and everything that happened. And I can work through these tasks, checking them off, and they will disappear, and they will also disappear from my meeting. Notion is incredibly powerful because all it is pages, blocks, and databases. I've shown you exactly how those pages, blocks, and databases work, especially interacting with each other, and how you can take just 7 things that you want to create and turn it into an entire workflow. If you want to do this without any of the hassle, I have tons of resources for you. Notion is an absolute game changer for businesses of any size. And if you're a business that wants all your 11 workflows, hundreds of templates, and so many automations set up for you, grab the complete business blueprint. And if you're interested in Notion or tech for modern business building, do subscribe because that's what I teach you here.